representing the 27 to 30 foot class in the center console category. The Buddy Davis 28 has an overall length of 28 feet, a beam of 9 feet 6 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 600. Designed to fish in the roughest of waters, she has a draft of 20 inches, a dead rise of 24.5 degrees, a dry weight of 7,400 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 200 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts, George Labonte and Rick Riles.
George, welcome aboard the 28 Buddy Davis center console. It's a sport fish on a trailer.
I like that. You know, this style of boat is built for big weather, but you know, when you get in a boat like this, you feel secure. That bow flare is going to kick all that spray out to the sides. When you're going out the inlet, that inlet's a little choppy today. I mean, you go out that inlet, you're not going to get wet on a boat like this right here. I mean, it's built to knock down seas.
George, we didn't take a drop. We went blowing through the inlet, didn't take a drop. This boat is built by a custom boat builder. The features are what you want them to be. Up here in the bow, George, let's say you're somebody that's got a lot of friends. You can take them with you and ride up here, but me, we all know I have no friends. I would have all this open. The beauty is you can do it the way you want it.
Rick, let's not overlook the fact that this is a really plush setup up here too. I mean, this boat has everything about this boat says custom. Look at this upholstery. I mean, the bolster, this accent, kind of the coloring and stuff, and then the seating, the backrest, it looks really, really custom up here.
But one thing you and I can certainly agree on is we love the size of this massive fish box.
Yeah, it's a great big box under the deck here, and also the seat on the front of the console too. Insulated drink cooler, I mean, a perfect place for it. Very comfortable place to ride from on this boat. So, you know, you've got fishing and cruising set up here. But look at the size of the gunnel here. This big flare makes a lot of space. You know, they put a couple of rod holders in here, but underneath that, you've got a rope locker here. This boat's got a windlass on it, which is really useful if you don't feel like pulling your anchor up.
Let me tell you something. One thing I learned about this boat right away, it lands so soft that you can sit up here where you could never sit up here on a lot of other boats.
Absolutely. Another point on this boat too, you've got a space on either side with rod lockers. With a unibutt, you pop the butt off, you can store 450s under the deck. They slide forward underneath there. Let's take a walk. There's a bunch of stuff going on back here we need to look at too. Let's walk back and check out the middle of the boat. Rick, first thing I want to point out, this hardtop right here, like all the Buddy Davises, unique feature about it, they paint the top, they paint all this tubing, and they paint the hull sides with all grip. That's another custom boat feature that you're going to find on this, and the all grip really looks nice.
George, we know how wide this boat is. It's a beamy boat, and one of the advantages is when you do that, you give yourself room for a big console, and this is certainly a stout one here.
The console's got a lot of room in it. There's a head in there, and it's finished out really nice, but there's a lot of room for storage. I mean, you can put gear bags and buckets and things in there and store all kinds of tackle down below also. Look at the size of this display panel. This is a brand new boat. It hasn't gotten the electronics installed yet, but look at the room you've got to put two huge multifunction displays right here.
This boat holds up to 280 gallons of fuel. Let me tell you what that means, George. We were cruising at a very nice speed today, getting 2 miles to the gallon. That's 560 miles of range.
Rick, if you're making one of those long runs, you've got great seating right here. These are convertible. Get up there, put your feet up, and take that long ride. You're good to go. This is super comfortable.
When we get there, George, that's when it becomes all business. Step back here and let me show you what I'm talking about. George, once we've run 200 miles to get out here, try and find me a fish we couldn't catch from here.
Big boat cockpit in a smaller boat. I love this layout.
Love the live well. 45 gallons is enough to keep your bait alive while you're fishing.
Yeah, absolutely. And that live well there in the helm station, you've got a tackle drawer right there. You've got a kill box in the transom. You've seen that in every Carolina charter boat you've ever been on. They always put a fish box back here in the transom. I mean, this, you feel like you're fishing in the regular traditional sport fish style in this cockpit.
You know, that comes back to the Buddy Davis vibe, if you will. It just has its own feel to it.
You know, another thing, Rick, you can walk through and get out on the transom. You can fight a fish around these motors easily, and you can walk back and forth here freely too.
So George, if you're the kind of guy that is stepping down from his big sport fish boat but loves that vibe, the Buddy Davis 28 center console has that vibe. You don't want to miss an opportunity to ride on this boat.